All right, good Friday afternoon, everyone. We're going to try to make this relatively short, but got a lot to say. We've got a lot of weather to talk about over the next 12 to 18 hours. I told you yesterday, check the forecast often as we get closer to the start of the snow, because inevitably there'll be some wobbles in the storm track, as there always are, and we'll have to make some adjustments to our forecast based on those wobbles, and we continue to make those adjustments this afternoon. The first adjustment we made was this morning to bring more of our area into a 3 to 5 inch zone, and we've expanded that even farther this afternoon. I'll show you the map in just a second. It's all calm out there this afternoon. It's not bad out. It's chilly for April. It feels more like late February or early March, but we've had some filtered sunshine in Boardman and throughout the area. Temperatures as we approach 2 o'clock, pretty close to 40. We'll rise another couple of degrees before the afternoon is through. So the ground, relatively speaking, warm. The air, relatively speaking, warm. As the precipitation arrives this evening, that will play a factor. You'll notice that the leading edge of this is mostly rain in parts of Indiana, Illinois, into western Ohio, where the atmosphere is warm enough to support that. It is changing to snow southwestern Michigan and heading out into parts of Wisconsin. The system will continue kind of dumbbelling south and east like this, almost pivoting like it's attached to something and just sort of pivoting around that attachment. Not a great way to describe it, but the best I can do right now anyway. As this system continues pushing south and east, the clouds are going to thicken up towards the end of the day today. And winter weather advisories go into effect and stay in effect for every county in our viewing area except for Columbiana through tomorrow. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Columbiana is added to this winter weather advisory, but whether you are or aren't in the advisory, pay attention to the impacts and everything else. The whether you're in an advisory or not is kind of arbitrary. The more important thing is how much snow you're going to get. What are the impacts on your life going to be? And that's what we want to focus on. So all is clear through sunset this evening. No problems at all through 8 o'clock. We'll back off into the middle and upper 30s by about sunset. Then as the leading edge comes in, especially south of, say, Interstate 80 or even Route 224, this may come in as a mix or even rain for a brief time between, say, 9 and 11 this evening. But as we go past midnight, the atmosphere cools, it becomes all snow, and then it's just going to snow later tonight and into the first several hours of daylight tomorrow morning, at least the first couple of hours of daylight anyway. The snow should taper off to flurries by lunchtime, and it will really be cold and really feel and look like January, as a lot of us will be shoveling tomorrow afternoon. All right, the snow map. I've made some adjustments this afternoon. The best chance of seeing up to 7 inches will be northwest of our viewing area. But now I've included a lot of our viewing area in the 3 to 5 zone, and a lot of places will be closer to 5 than 3. Now, some places will be closer to 3. So, remember our golden rule with these ranges. 3 to 5 does not mean 5. It doesn't mean 3 either. It means there's a range of possibilities. And so if you live in this darker blue area, you are likely to see anywhere between 3 and 5 inches worth of snow. I think the best chance of seeing the higher end of the range is kind of in the heart of our viewing area, kind of in through here. You're probably closer to 3 down towards Lisbon and East Liverpool and East Palestine, places like that. So kind of honing in on our viewing area here. Again, most of us now in the 3 to 5 inch zone. The nature of this snow, it'll start out kind of wet and then eventually transition into kind of a fluffier, lighter consistency snow as we head towards daybreak on Saturday. So it starts out wet, and then the snow that accumulates on top of that wet snow will have a little less moisture in it. It'll be a little lighter and a little fluffier. All right, so high impacts on roads and travel, although the timing on this for most is actually pretty good. Most of our heavy snow, the accumulating stuff, is coming in the wee hours of a Saturday morning. No problems with school adjustments because of this. Of course, a lot of people work Monday through Friday. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of people work Monday through Friday and don't need to be out in this in the wee hours of a Saturday morning. So the impacts could certainly be higher if this was a Tuesday morning instead of a Saturday morning. Not really concerned about power outages because, again, the snow will start out a little wet, but then transition into something of a lighter consistency. So not real advisable to be out on the roads if you don't have to be. First thing Saturday morning, we look for improvement in the midday and the afternoon as the storm pulls away and the road crews catch up. Mostly just damp roads by the second half of the day on Saturday. I'll have to pay attention to Sunday afternoon. Don't have time to talk about it right now, but Sunday afternoon we could be dealing with kind of a mixed bag of precipitation. And real quickly, it's also going to be kind of windy on Saturday. So look at these wind chills tomorrow morning. We're in the teens, and wind chills will probably struggle to get out of the teens all day. It's truly going to be a January-like Saturday here in the middle of April across the valley. And wind chills will thankfully not bottom out Saturday night. That's because the wind will diminish, but the actual temperature will drop down into the teens for Sunday morning. Well, I'm going to have a ton more this evening on weather for Weather Geeks, and of course 21 News at 6 and 11. I suspect the weather will be leading the newscast this evening. Kind of a big deal to get several inches of snow in April, although it's certainly not unheard of. It happens around here from time to time. Our last accumulating snow last year was towards the end of April. It was only an inch or so, but it does happen. All right, thanks for watching, and I will have more updates on social media this afternoon.